Speed Duel is a fast-paced alternative format for Yu-Gi-Oh! Using regular cards and throwing in skills to shake things up, making some unused cards more viable, allowing more anime strategies to come to life. Join us as we progress through each Speed Duel product release and draft each skill available at that time before battling it out in Speed Duel Skill Draft. The Speed Duel starter decks Match of the Millennium were released May 15th, 2020, and features cards used by Yugi and Pegasus. 4 new skills were introduced in these decks. Ritual of Black Mastery supports both of Yugi's ritual monsters, Blackluster Soldier and Magician of Black Chaos, gaining a different effect based on which monster is summoned. Knight of Legend allows the normal summon of Gaia the Fierce Knight without tribute and gives it piercing, but prevents you from activating set spell and trap cards. Thousand Dice Spell allows you to either ritual summon Relinquished without a ritual spell, or fusion summon Thousand Dice Restrict without polymerization, in exchange for discarding 1 card and skipping the battle phase. And Toon Mayhem protects Toon World from being destroyed once per turn. Alex lost last set, so he drafts first and takes the Thousand Dice Spell. I take Ritual of Black Magic, and Alex takes Toon Mayhem, leaving me with Knight of Legend. So this is the deck we're bringing to today's game. This is Terror from the Deep Kairyushin. So we brought a similar deck to this before with this exact skill and the exact same premise, but unfortunately during that game we didn't get a chance to actually resolve Terror from the Deep, because every time we summoned Kairyushin, it got Floodgate Trap Hold and we never really got to see what the deck could do. Run it back just one more time and see if we can't do any better. So the key difference, I suppose, between this deck and that deck was our last deck basically focused around kind of a beatdown strategy, whereas for this deck, we're trying to just get Kairyushin and get Daedalus out as easy as possible. So to try and facilitate that, we've maxed out on Screech. So Screech will let us send either our Kairyushin or our Daedalus to the grave, and then we can use Slushy's effect to actually bring it back from the grave. So this basically means we can max out on Screech, so we'll see it more often, hopefully get its effect off, fill up our graveyard with Slushies and Sea Serpents, use Slushy's effect to bring back our Sea Serpents, hopefully kind of swarm the board and try and win through that. The skill card itself is interesting. We can only use it while we have Kairyushin, but we can activate Umi from deck, hand, or graveyard. Then as long as we have Kairyushin, all of our water monsters are unaffected by trap cards, which is really, really cool. And if Kairyushin would leave the field, we can draw 2 cards, which is... it's interesting. It means that if Kairyushin gets outed or if we tribute it ourselves, we get to draw some cards, which is always pretty decent. The problem with this deck, I suppose, is going to be that it doesn't really have much of a backbone outside of Daedalus. The monsters are okay in strength, but if Alex is able to stick big monsters, we might struggle, because the only way we can really get rid of them is with Daedalus's effect. So card by card, we're on 3 Kairyushin, 3 Cabazals. This is just a 1700 attacker. We don't want to count on having Umi, so we just went for the biggest water monster we could get. We're on 2 copies of Daedalus. This is kind of our big boss monster and our out to a lot of things. The 3 copies of Screech, 3 copies of Slushy, 1 copy of Cost Down. This is because this can get rid of the Daedalus and Kairyushins in our hand if we need to, and then we can just try and summon out Kairyushin as a no tribute monster or Daedalus as a 1 tribute monster. We're on the 2 copies of Big Wave, Small Wave. We've cut this down to 2 just because we keep bricking on this card. We keep seeing so many copies and it's completely useless. We just kind of want to see the 1. We're on the 1 copy of Umi because we technically should have infinite number of it because of Terror from the Deep, and then the 2 copies of Floodgate Trap Hole. Last time we didn't run any traps and we felt that really bit us in the butt, so hopefully by playing this trap we can actually have an out to something that Alex does. So extra deck is just a bunch of stuff that's going to try and scare Alex. We do have the 1 Waking the Dragon, so that might be relevant in the old side deck. We have 3 Yomi Ship, the 3rd Floodgate Trap Hole, the Waking the Dragon, and Windstorm of Itaqua. So we have no idea what Alex is bringing, so we're just going to kind of fling this in and see what happens. We don't really feel super confident. This deck didn't really perform very well last time, but we'll see how it does. Let's fire on into the games. So this is our last week of Match of the Millennium. I believe we have another set of starter decks after this, which is the Marik and Bakura starter decks. So this is the last time we have to play with the Yugi Pegasus kind of as our new cards. Now, those decks only came with 4 skills, and obviously both of us split them. We have 2 each. We've already used all of those skills, which means we will be using potentially something different, something wacky, something old. Maybe we'll be recycling a deck with some new cards in it or something along those lines. So, I am very much excited to see what you're bringing, because I think it's very hard to predict what you're going to bring when we're in this kind of situation. I don't know if you have any thoughts, feelings, or opinions about what you think I might be on.
Not a clue.
Yeah, that's what I mean, right? We're basically shooting in the dark, which means it's very hard to prepare for what your opponent's going to bring. And because of that, side decking, I think, is a lot more generic in this kind of situation. But should we just fire straight on in, since we're both going to be aiming completely in the dark either way?
Yeah, let's go.
Oh.
Get
Okay.
the draw.
Okay. This is fine. This is fine. This is less fine. So stand by main.
You're on your Mako skill.
Yes, I am on...
Okay.
Well, I have 2 Mako skills, I believe. You're on a Kaiba skill. What does that tell me? Not a ton. Alright, I'm going to set a monster. Yes. I think I'm just going to pass on that. I was doing, I think.
Well, I'm going to set a back row.
Okay.
Normal summon Lord of D.
Oh boy.
Activate Dragon Caller.
Now the question is, how many have you got in your hand?
Take to my hand. Flute.
Okay.
And activate.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, I've only got the one.
Oh, thank Christ. I thought the game was over already. How greedy are we feeling?
Very.
Well, your greed is rewarded. You've destroyed Screech, so I'll trigger Screech's effect, which lets me send 2 water monsters from my deck to the graveyard. So, I will be sending... I think we're sending Slush either way.
Okay.
I think we have to send this because I really don't want to draw it. We'll send Daedalus.
Ooh.
And then I assume you're attacking me for 3,000?
Yep.
Should I draw a trap card? Alright. Start turn. Oh, that is really bad. Stand by main. This is really... really less than ideal, you know? Set. And I will activate the field spell Umi.
Oh.
Pass the turn.
He might only plays to normal summon a Lord of D. Go to battle. Not get greedy.
Yeah, and you got lethal with the rest of it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was a quickie. I suppose that just goes to show the old power of the old Blue Eyes White Dragon. Alright, we'll go second. Hopefully that gives us a bit more time to try and work something out.
Set and set.
Okay, we'll start. Stand by main. I think the play is just going to be to set and set. I'll pass it to you.
Okay. Set. Flip summon.
Okay.
Normal summon a Kyberman.
Yep, that's fine.
Any response? Tribute the Kyberman for a blue eye.
We will hit that one with the floodgate.
Set. Go battle. Hack.
So you've destroyed Yomi ship, which will destroy Blue Dragon Summoner, which means you will get his effect.
To the groove. Okay, so blue eyes. And
Right. Stand by main. I think we set and pass, you know?
okay.
Okay, we can work with that. Standby main, we will set another card and pass back.
Well, I can activate Dragon Caller and reveal Flute.
Okay.
Lord of D from deck to hand.
So I know you have... I know 3 of the cards in your hand.
Normal.
Okay.
Activate Flute.
Mm-hmm.
Special summoning Tyrant Dragon.
Okay, so during a battle phase, if your opponent controls a monster after this card's first attack, this card makes a second attack, negate any trap effects that target this card. Okay.
Go to battle.
Yep.
Swing.
So you have killed Screech, so I'll trigger Screech's effect. Which will let me send 2 water monsters to the graveyard. So I'll send Slushy and Kairyu Shin.
And then you can make a second attack.
You have destroyed Yomi Ship, which is a non-targeting effect, so it will still destroy your Tyrant Dragon.
And then I'll attack directly 12.
Yep. 1200 damage to the face. Okay, draw. Standby main. I think I have to set and pass, you know? As much as I'd like to do more. The deck is too threatening.
Battle and attack.
Behold, Yomi Ship. You take 200 damage.
Ooh. And
Draw. Standby main. Alright, let's try this. We're going to normal summon out Screech. Any response?
No.
Alright.
Yes.
Yes?
Floodgate Trample.
Okay. Then I think we'll just pass on that.
I'm going to tribute these guys.
Okay.
And then attack.
Screech gets destroyed. I use Screech's effect. We will send Slushy and Daedalus.
End.
Alright, draw for turn. Standby main. Okay, what are we doing here exactly? Alright, we will normal summon Slushy. Any response?
3. No.
Oh, activate Big Wave, Small Wave, which will destroy all my water monsters, and then special summon water monsters from my hand up to the number of monsters destroyed by this effect.
Okay.
Special summon Kairyu Shin. Any response?
Yes. I activate Champion's Vigilance on the summon.
Lives a high monster, when a monster will be summoned. Yeah, that's fine.
Brave.
Well, that's kind of sucky, but not impossible to deal with, I guess. So I will activate the effect of Slushy in the graveyard. So I can banish it, and then special summon a Sea Serpent from my grave. So, come back, Kairyu Shin. Then, I can activate Terror from the Deep. So activate the skill during your main phase while you control Kairyu Shin. While this skill is activated, you can activate Umi directly from your hand, deck, or graveyard. While you control Kairyu Shin, all water monsters you control are unaffected by trap effects. If Kairyu Shin would leave the field, draw 2 cards and then flip this skill over.
Oh, nice.
So, we'll go ahead and activate from the deck. And then set a back row and pass.
Normal summon a Blue Dragon Summoner.
Okay.
And this.
Okay.
Get a battle and attack.
That is fine. So he'll go to the grave. Wait, is that fine? Do I want the Terrapin? Oh, I will activate Windstorm.
Okay. Defense. Defense.
Right, we'll draw for turn. Stand by main. God, you just got so many big butts on your field, haven't you?
I mean, one.
Oh yeah, but just another guy also sat there. Alright, we will activate the effect of Slushy. We'll banish this one. And bring back Daedalus.
Yeah.
We will declare Daedalus and send this to grave.
I should have saved the vigilance for that.
And then everything else goes to grave.
Mm-hmm.
Then Terror from the Deep activates and I draw 2 cards. And then I flip it over. Unfortunately, we will set, battle, attack, and then pass.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's game.
Oh, if you'd just drawn a monster that you could put in defense, I don't think I could have dealt with it. I think I would have decked out before I managed to deal with you.
I'll go second.
Oh, no, let me go second. Go on. Alright, stand by main. Set. And set. And then we'll pass.
I will. Bet. Ooh. Yeah. Normal summon Lord of D.
Okay.
Activate the skill.
Oh boy. Yep. It's the flute.
Activate and summon Tyrant Dragon.
Yeah. I got nothing.
We'll go to battle and attack.
Well, you'll be taking 200.
Ooh.
Now the question is, does the Tyrant Dragon attack or not?
No.
Right. Straw. Stand by main. I think I just pass here.
Okay. Me too.
I'll draw. Stand by main. So how do I deal with the levels of crust that may appear? I feel like that's not worth it. I could go for that, but then that could get punished. I have a couple of plays, but none of them are like super clean. So I think I might just pass.
Okay. Oh. Blue Dragon Summoner.
In response, I will Floodgate it. Alright, draw for turn, stand by main. I will normal summon Screech. Anything on summon.
No.
Gonna go to battle phase.
Mm-hmm.
And declare an attack on your Lord of D.
Yep.
300 damage, baby! And then pass.
battle. Attack Screech.
Okay, so Screech will die. I'll lose 1400, and then I'll get Screech's effect to bin a Slushy and I guess Daedalus.
Oh, what?
Right, draw for turn. Stand by main. Now this is where things get a little crusty, I think. You have a lot of back row there. That worries me. So, the problem is, if I make a play and I don't straight kill you, chances are you mess me up on the crackback. Best way to go about this. Also, your side decking could really mess me up. Chances are I lose the game. So, I'm going to set and pass, I think.
Okay. Well, I'm going to normal summon Kyberman.
Oh, yep.
Then tribute Kyberman. 4 blue eyes.
Yeah, this was the worst case scenario.
Main battle. We'll attack the face down.
I go Screech. I mean, I suppose I use Screech's effect. We'll send Slushy and Kairyu-Shin.
Make a second attack against the Yomi.
Yep, she'll kill Tyrant Dragon.
And then attack directly for 3k.
Yeah, I didn't really. Ooh. That was the problem. I didn't really have a good answer to anything that you had. So if you show me your back real quick. See what you had.
It's what do I just flip over? I can just activate, can't I?
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I don't think there was much I could have done. So my other play was summon Slushy, activate Big Wave, Small Wave, summon out Kairyu-Shin.
Yeah.
At which
and then
point
you get your skill.
Yeah, I get the skill, but you could also just use Floodgate Trap Hole if you wanted to right then. So if you set this, I don't have my skill active, you still have one back row. I would have then used Slushy effect to bring back, Daedalus is probably the best thing I could have done. But because I don't have my skill, I still don't have access to Umi, so I still can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just felt like the problem this deck has more than anything is I don't have many ways to get over big things. So because of that, Daedalus is the way I get over big things. And then I need Daedalus and I need Umi. Because we're only running the one Umi, because we have pseudo-infinite access to it with Terror from the Deep, it means it's very difficult to deal with your board. Because again, I could have summoned it out. Let's say you didn't even have the Floodgate, right? Let's humour me. I get it out, wipe the board. I don't have anything myself because I have to kill every single thing on the board. I then attack you for 26. On your turn, you just play Kyberman, sack it for blue eyes, and kill it anyway, and then I'm out of plays completely. In fact, I think at that point, the only way I get over your blue eyes is with one of the 2 remaining Yomi ships in the deck. Which is just... it's so difficult. It's so awkward as well, just to get through them. I think, fundamentally, what it really is the Kairyu-Shin deck, or the Terror from the Deep skill, is just bad. I think that's the ultimate takeaway.
Yeah.
There's not a lot I can do. Like, again, against a weaker deck, I guess, or like a beatdown style deck that's just kind of normal summoning dudes and getting by with like traps and stuff, this deck can be quite good, I feel. But in a matchup against specifically summon out a bunch of giant guys, it's really, really bad. The funny thing is as well, is your deck actually does get hard countered by Floodgate Trap Hole. Because this is non-targeting and will work on multiple summons at the same time. So if you summoned out Lord of Dragons, drop Flute of Summoning Dragon, summon out 2, I can Floodgate both of those monsters face down.
Oh.
Unfortunately, that never got to come up. But yeah. I was like, oh man, if that happens, that would be so good. Yeah, unfortunately, I only...
Change that monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had the 3. We only saw the 1, and then we needed it just to get rid of your. Because basically, if you got to stick your face down guy, I can't remember his name is. Yeah, Blue Dragon Summoner, and killed my guy, you get best of both worlds, right? You've cleared my monster, so now your other guys are free to do whatever they want, and Blue Dragon Summoner's effect has gone off, gotten you another Blue Eyes to your hand, ready for the crackback if I did have anything to stop it. So like, I had to stop Blue Dragon Summoner. I didn't really have a choice. I guess ultimately what I shouldn't have done was kill your Lord of Dragons, but at the same time, I can't play around everything. And in my mind, I was like, well, you can just sack Lord of Dragons and your defense mode monster, summon out a Blue Eyes, and then you freed up the slot and got 2 big attackers. So in order to play around that, I couldn't play around Kyberman. So I feel like I was in a kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation there. But yeah, it was nice to see this deck again. I think this is obviously I don't know where this deck sits, right? I know when Speed Duel first started, the Dragon Caller deck was like the best deck, right? I could not tell you in Speed Duel's history when Match of the Millennium came out if Dragon Caller was still relevant, or if it was like you know, a tier 2 deck now or a tier 3 deck, or it could have still been a tier 1 deck for all I know. And I don't know how it's going to be going forward, and I especially do not know where it is in the modern, like, present day Speed Duel, because I know it's not like topping tournaments, but then again, we've got all these like GX strategies and stuff now. Like, I know Cyber Angels are quite a big deck at the moment, but Dragon Caller still feels like it has legs. I assume there's going to be something either coming up or something that's just kind of in the modern game which like counters it, because I never hear about it. I never see people being like, oh, Dragon Callers is popping off in GX, right? So it'll be interesting to see what happens with it. But I think this is probably going to be me shelving the Kairyushin deck. I wanted to bring it back just because in the last duel where I brought it, I didn't get a chance to actually use the effect, because every time I summoned Kairyushin, you destroyed it on summon. So I finally got to at least resolve Terror from the Deep, which was cool. It's just a shame I didn't get to show off like what else it could do, just because your deck was so strong in this encounter. But regardless of that, GG, buddy.
GG.